Welcome to part 2 of PS5 No Power Repair. A lot has happened since then, and yes, I don't have a beard anymore. But enough about me, let me give you a recap of what we did in the last video. There was a fuse that was completely blown that is super common to blow. We noticed that there was a gate short for the 5-volt rail for the MOSFETs. And one thing I didn't tell you is the chip that we changed, we actually pulled from a donor board, so I'm assuming that the chip is bad. So in this video, let's go ahead and replace it. Just for a quick reference, this is the chip right here that we're going to change. Let's put some flux around this chip. Flux helps that solder to flow. You already know. Now the goal here is to apply heat to the chip because we are going to remove it and replace this thing entirely and pull it right off. Beautiful removal. Okay, now we got our new chip. Let's go ahead and place it in the general vicinity and we'll go ahead and solder it in. All right, the chip is flowed. Let's go ahead and clean up the board and test it out.
Comes on to current on that transistor, it blows.
So it's that big fat one right there, right, Chase? That's what we were talking about?
Yep, that's it, 100%.
It doesn't look like it's failed.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, it's failed.
Yeah, it doesn't have to look blown to be blown,
Okay.
just so you know.
Solder the 3 legs and then take the ohmmeter and go across all 3 points.
Yeah, and it probably will show short. I figured this video would either be very short or very long. Time to find out. When we touch the 12-volt lead right here to the power supply and we see if the board goes into the boot status. Okay, 100. Nothing. Still nothing. Man. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with this board. Okay, let's go into diagnosis mode and see what we can find. All right, so here's where we're at. With the board right now, when you plug 12 volts into the board, it draws like 10 milliamps and then off. 10 milliamps off on average. It just kind of does it and then nothing. 0 milliamps. I made sure to check all of the main fuses on the board and replace this chip like probably 3 or 4 different times. And at this point, replace this chip over here a couple different times, maybe 2 or 3 times, and just figuring maybe I had a bad chip, but no, I'm getting right voltage measurements all over the board. Like I mentioned, no bad fuses. So yeah, I'm not really sure where to move from here. I haven't had a situation like this. After all the no power PS5s that I fix, it's really funny that when I make a video, this is the one I can't fix. Like literally, I have 3 PS5s behind me. We did have 4, except a customer picked up earlier. And this one back over here was actually no power caused by a blown, dead shorted capacitor. So yeah, this capacitor right here that I have with my tweezers, it's very, very small. I'm going to show you real quick that it is in fact dead shorted. As you can see, I'm not touching the leads, I promise. Wait. There it is, see? Hopefully I gave you guys some tips that if you're going to try to fix your PS5 board, at least it kind of gives you a direction on where to go. But unfortunately, without a schematic and maybe my lack of skills, unfortunately, it's not fixable. Hopefully we can fix more PS5 boards in the future.